So over the past few years, I've been getting a lot of comments on YouTube and TikTok and everything about the way I use the clutch, or more specifically, the way I don't really use the clutch. And I know a lot of people have opinions on this and stuff. People give me a hard time, but I just wanted to address it. And yeah, I don't really use the clutch. Well, if I'm doing trail riding like this, I'm using the clutch a lot, but I'm not using it really to change gears. I'm using it to kind of modulate the power to the rear tire and make sure I'm not breaking traction when I'm trying to climb inclines and stuff like that, going up steep hills and rocky areas. So on this ride, I've been using the clutch a lot, but not really to shift. And on a dirt bike, you don't really need to use the clutch to shift, because if you know anything about dirt bike transmissions, it's essentially just a dog box, and you don't need to use a clutch when you're shifting a dog box. It's a constant mesh transmission. But one thing I do when I'm shifting is I do let off the throttle or back off the throttle for a split second, so that you know, it kind of takes the power or the load off the engine while I'm going to shift, so it's not slamming the dogs. And there's little parts inside your transmission called dogs, and they can wear out, but the way that I shift and the way that I ride, I'm not really concerned about doing a lot of damage to the dogs. I've never had a problem with any of my transmissions, and like I said, I do let off the throttle to shift. But there's people who say, like, if you're gonna not use the clutch, only do it on downshifting, or if you're not gonna use the clutch, only do it on upshifting. And I'm here to tell you that as long as you're not holding the bike wide open and slamming it into gear when you're under load, it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. And I don't really care if you guys agree with that or not. So, my dirt bike, I'm going to do what I want to do. And maybe if one day it starts causing problems, if I go to rebuild my bottom end and there's significant damage or wear on the dogs, then maybe I'll rethink my position on that. But, you know, I have seen some people where they just hold the bike wide open and just slam it into gear, banging through the gears, no clutch, hard on the throttle, and yeah, that's gonna do some damage over time. So you don't want to do that. But to try to give you an example of how I shift once we get through this mud here. So I'm in gear. You hear me let off for a second. So I go. So I leave a little gap. Shift down to first. I'm going to shift first to second. So I'm shifting in that little throttle brake there, and I'm not using the clutch. That's not doing any damage to the transmission. So for all the people out there giving me a hard time on social media, you do whatever you want with your dirt bike, and I'm going to do what I want with mine. But my opinion is that it's no big deal. Oh, look at this. Nice dirt road. Actually, this is a good opportunity to show you. Better opportunity to show you what I mean. So I'm in first. Let's get on the straightaway here. You can hear me letting off every time I shift, just for a split second. my stance on shifting without a clutch. I do use the clutch a lot for modulating power when I'm riding trails and enduro, but I don't really use it very much to shift. So go down below in the comments, let me know what you think about this topic. If you want to give me hate, go ahead, give me hate. I don't really give a shit. See you guys next time. Peace.